I do have to give a shout out to this shirt that I'm wearing. Any other Emmett Otter fans in the audience? It's a little out of season now, but I don't care. I'm wearing it. Hey folks, it's Carrie from Pretty Neat. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. I share videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and just making your space the best it can be. So I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and stick around. Today, I want to talk about a really important storage area in your home, and that is the junk drawer. Now, the junk drawer gets a bad rap. It's called the junk drawer, which just suggests that it's full of junk. But I would argue that every home needs a quote-unquote junk drawer, and it's basically that spot for all the things that you need, but you don't really know where to put. So things like tape and batteries and extra pens and toothpicks and matches and all of those little functional items, they need to be somewhere. You need to know where to find them. And the junk drawer is just the place to put them, right? So most of us have one or more of these types of drawers in our homes, and they are typically a big mess. Stuff goes in there and we kind of forget about it. We never clean it out and it just becomes this big jumble of old things and things that aren't useful. And it just makes it that much more difficult to find the things in there that we actually do need. I prefer to call this space in my home the utility drawer because it's full of useful items. And I also like to keep it really pared down and organized. So it only contains the things that I actually do need and use, and I can easily get to them. I can see everything that's in the drawer and I can reach in and grab it, and I can also put it away really easily because everything has a spot. So I'm going to be showing you actually two drawers in my home today. One is the utility drawer in my kitchen, and I will give you a peek into what I store in there and how I keep it organized. And I do use a lot of repurposed boxes and little dividers, things that didn't cost me anything that I had sitting around the house. So I'll be showing you that. And then I'm also going to show you a second drawer that is in my office that is more of an office supply utility drawer. And that is a spot that I have not addressed in quite a while. And I know there's a bunch of things in there that I'm not using anymore that I can pare down. And so I'm going to take you through the whole process of getting that drawer under control. So I'm here in my kitchen and I want to show you this utility drawer here. This is working pretty well for me. I just want to give you a peek into how I've organized it. This is a binder of recipes. I do have another video that I made about how I use this for meal planning. I'll be sure to link that in the description box below. But you can see here, I've divided up this drawer, which is pretty large, and I've just used a variety of different boxes, and this is just a kind of like a desk organizer, something that you would maybe set on top of your desk. I just have it set here. These are just a few random boxes that I had, and this just allows me to keep these smaller items from rolling around in the drawer. And I think if I have one single bit of advice about junk drawers or about utility drawers, it is to divide up the space in a way that makes sense for the stuff that you're storing there. So you can see the containers that I've used pretty much fit the size of the items. Like this has pens and, box cutter, and the tape is here, and everything kind of nicely fits in the dividers that I've used, and it just helps me make the best use of the space without things moving around too much. I have packing tape, toothpicks, and one thing that can often be an issue, especially with bigger drawers like this, is that the organizers slide around, and there are different ways of dealing with that. There is this tacky substance that you can put on the bottom of your dividers that will help it to stay in place. But a really easy fix, and one that I use, is I just had a small box from something that I purchased, and I just put it back here, and it fills that back space, which is really not very easily accessible, and it just prevents things from sliding into the back of the drawer. So that's kind of a very easy no-brainer solution. I would like to show you this. I think I may have talked about this in another video, but I keep a folder here. It's labeled Coming Up. And what I put in here, obviously there's not a lot going on in here now because I don't have a lot of things coming up due to the pandemic. But under normal circumstances, I put in here any paperwork related to an event that I have coming up. So the event will be in my calendar, and then I will put in here, like, say, tickets to a concert, or maybe I have info about a doctor's appointment that I need to refer to before the appointment. I put it in here, and that way I don't have to have it on a bulletin board. I don't have it stuck to my fridge. It's put away and it's hidden, but I always know where to find those things. And I have it kept in here because my kitchen is actually very close to the entry of my apartment, which is right over here. So as I'm leaving to go to something, I can just easily grab whatever's in here. And then I also use this for a few random notepads and takeout menus. Twin Trees is the best pizza. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm here in my office. I have these filing cabinets, and this one here has a couple smaller drawers that I use for office supplies. And this is the drawer that I need to really kind of clear out. I do have these drawer dividers set up. I just have this calculator here. I have this thing with paper clips and binder clips and all of that. So I do have a structure in place for keeping things separated, but there's just a lot here that I know I'm not using, that I really don't need, and it just feels kind of cluttered and crazy in here every time I go to look for something. So I am going to pull everything out of this drawer. I have not done that in a long time. Go through it, decide what is worth keeping and what I can get rid of, and I will show you the process. I have everything out of the drawer, and you can see there's a ton of stuff here. If you do clean out a junk drawer, I definitely recommend removing everything and just laying it out and seeing what you have, because you're going to find stuff that you don't remember, that you're not using, and it's just the best way to really assess what is there and what needs to stay and what can go. So over here I have stuff that can either be trashed or gotten rid of. I do paper crafting, so a lot of these little embellishments and stuff are from that. But as with any hobby, you know, tastes change and the way I do my crafting has changed. So I'm going to get rid of a bunch of things that I know I'm not going to use. And then I've kind of arranged what I am keeping by category, and that will just help me put it all back in a way that makes sense to me. I would recommend cleaning out the drawer and any of the dividers, especially where you have pens and pencils and stuff. These get so grungy inside, so I just did a quick wipe to clean those out because, I mean, I'm probably not going to do that again anytime soon. And this is just a thought that I had as I was doing this. These are all the paper clips that I have, and, you know, I think I have had these same piles of paper clips for my entire adult life. I use them so infrequently. I feel like this would last me like 5 lifetimes. So I think I'm gonna pare these down. I really don't need like 100 of each type of paper clip because I just don't use them that much. And they are so cheap. If I ever have a phase of life where I need a lot of paper clips, it will be like $1 to replace them. So that's where I'm at, and I will show you the finished product next. So I've pared this drawer down and rearranged things. I wanted to give you a peek at the final product. I'm really happy with how this came out. So these white dividers, they're all modular. You can buy sets of these at Target, at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, those types of places have them. Also on Amazon. And they are just great because you can configure them to fit your drawer exactly. And these just fit really nicely across. And they provide space for different sized items really well. I do have just a few loose things here, but that's fine. I did pare down my paper clips. Oh, I had this little orange divider, and I pared my paper clips way down because, again, this is probably more than I'm ever going to use. And they are a cheap item to replace, so I'm not worried about it. I have a few Post-it notes, some glue dots and things here. This is just a box that a candle came in. And when I buy something and the packaging is kind of nice quality box, I'll save a few of these, keep them on hand for when I do a project like this. I just find it's handy to have them around. And then these are just some crafting things that I need to sift through, but I'm not going to do that today. This is also another box that was packaging for something, and it just fits nicely back here. Spot for my calculator and giant paper clips because, you know, everybody needs those. And that's about it. So I hope this was helpful to kind of show you the process. Again, if you're doing a junk drawer or utility drawer, take everything out and see what you have. You will be surprised what you find there, and really just think about what is going to be useful, what you could easily get rid of, and if you did need it someday, you could replace easily and cheaply, and just pare those things down. I'm really excited about how that drawer in my office came out. I hope that this peek into some of my storage spaces has given you a few ideas about how you can better organize your own utility drawers in your own home. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful, please hit the like button. It really helps my channel out. And don't forget to subscribe. I share videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and just making your space the best it can be. Talk to you soon.